It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse, Jonathan Taylor. You look at league leaders and see his name. Third best in the league coming in. It's the Texans and the Colts. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full...
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's the former NFL rushing champ. It's Jonathan Taylor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Texans now at 2-5 to start play. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The numbers for Bateman in that game a week ago. 5 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, these two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. Now Minshew. Pass caught by Pearsall. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Short throw to Disley. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
They held them to just 13 points in the game. And truthfully, you can't expect them to play much better than that. That's excellent defense.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Minshew sets to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Taken in at the 22. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Texans will take over. The Texans offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Throwing, Young. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Young to throw it. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen. But he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
It'll be Young again. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Young will set to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now. No score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To the sideline and incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
York able to send this one through, and it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here, and now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And Boyd in motion right. They'll go play action here with Minshew. He completes it to Boyd. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Minshew. Short throw to Disley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Here is 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Back to throw again. That's complete to Pearsall. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now a 2nd and 2. Off play action, it's Minshew. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Good work by Minshew there to pick up the 1st.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
His throw incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Minshew, a slant route caught by Bateman. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And it's caught. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Gibson. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Hunt will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off as he did so with a touchdown run. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now out comes Houston. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
At the 29-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Here is Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
To throw, Young. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A give for Taylor running right side. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there, because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
Now Young. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now here's Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Cade York on now for the field goal. He made his first attempt, this from 45. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit, and this will be a 45-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Here is 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun is Minshew. That is caught. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw again. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Minshew. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He's got his target. That's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
Minshew sets to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. It'll be Minshew again. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Will Dissly in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. Kenneth Gainwell, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. From there, we'll take the trip across Lake Erie to Cleveland to check in on the Browns at home at the Dog Pound. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Matthew Stafford leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy, close to 300 yards passing there. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Colts offense had Gardner Minshew getting set to go to work once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Short throw to Disley. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And that is taken in by Boyd. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. A good pickup there at 22.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Back to throw now on first down. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They go play action here on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Boyd. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. That'll be caught by Cup. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them. Bring it up 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Now Young.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Colts getting another possession here on offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Minshew. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Tyler Boyd with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Colts will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Throwing, Young. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he's got this down to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll throw again. Young. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
The offense on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The play fake. Now Young. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new, it worked there. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. So the false start will back them up 5. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Young with it, 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jonathan Taylor, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
That's caught, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Well, now how about this return?
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And his throw is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout.
And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Pass caught by Pearsall.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Gardner Minshew.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd down, Young from the gun. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Chuck Clark
in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Texans first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allow him to convert on 4th and long. This is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
That's another Texans first down. First and goal at the 1-yard.
Taylor. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick. And nothing but daylight ahead. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Young to throw it. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw, Young. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
It'll be Young again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Dorrance Armstrong able to record his 5th sack of the season. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory
And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Indianapolis,
a loss would have really hurt, but as it stands, it's an important win as they move to 3-5 on the year.
and they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Houston, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.